So this is Joshua Hart from JTH Boxing, and today I'm joined by Ricky Reeves. Ricky, first of all, thank you for joining me today. How are you doing?
Not too good, mate. I'm not too bad. How are you?
I'm
Not
very
too bad.
good, thank you. I'm very good. So let's not waste any time and get straight into this. So, was it last year you were the runner-up on the boxer tournament, the cruiserweight tournament? Can you tell me what that whole experience was like and how the opportunity came about for yourself?
Yeah. So I think it came about because originally the tournament was due to be in Sheffield. It was meant to be at Sheffield Arena. Um, and it was obviously cruiserweight. So I remember joking with Ryan Rhodes, my coach. I remember seeing it and saying, "Oh, imagine if I got on this." And then he got a message from somebody at Sky actually asking if I wanted to be on it. So there's a lot of talk of whether I was going to be on it or not. And then I remember he rung me. I was making tea for my kids and I was buzzing. Yeah, he still goes on about it, how I was like a kid at Christmas or whatever. Um, but yeah, the whole experience was it was mad. It was I'd had two fights before that, and I've only been boxing in total, I think, 4 years. So I was obviously hoping to get to that level. But after two fights, I just jumped straight into a big thing like that on Sky. Everybody at Sky was wicked. Really friendly and welcoming. All the other fighters were as well. I still speak to them now. But yeah, the whole thing was just so positive and it was really good.
What was the how was the preparation for it? Obviously, it's three fights in one night. While it's only three-round fights, it's a
Yeah.
very quick turnaround, especially you get a bit of it's not like you have like that 1 minute break in between rounds. You know,
Mhm.
you'll do your fight and then go sit back for a little bit. How were you keeping yourself fresh between fights, making sure your muscles didn't stiffen up or anything?
Um, so in training, we did a lot of. It was like I'd spar 4 rounds. I'd come out and I'd have like half an hour just to keep him ready, like skipping or whatever, and then I'd spar another four with somebody else, or I'd do bag work, have a rest, do pad work, all intense. That kind of trying to copy it a little bit. Obviously the training it went well, and then obviously in the fight, it's totally different with the adrenaline and everything. I think that's what carried me through most of it, if I'm being honest. Especially after the first fight, you go back, you're still talking about it, you're still buzzing. I think I had about 20 minutes. So after my first fight, I had about 20 minutes. And then after my second fight with Sheldon, I had 7 minutes until the final. So again, it's not excuses. I've said it in loads of interviews. It's part of what makes the tournament exciting. The rest and the experience of people and all that. But it definitely didn't help. I weren't ready for a 7 minute break. So literally, by the time I'd come out of the ring, done my interview, walked to the back, 2 minute check with doctors, I had a drink, and then Ellis were walking out. So, but yeah, it was good.
Obviously, since then, you've been able to get yourself a massive opportunity. On April 22nd, you're fighting for the Cruiserweight Central Area title. How's preparation going for that so far?
It's going really well. I've got Reese from Elite Step, who's my S&C coach now. I brought him on board as well as Stefan from SB Nutrition. So I've got like a nutritionist and a S&C coaches, obviously, along with Steve Bailey, Steve Nettleship, Mark William, Ryan Rhodes who train me. So I've got like a bit of a solid team now. I've never really had like that kind of prep and stuff. Um, so I found that it is helping me massively. I feel a lot stronger and fitter than I usually would, which is obviously going to help me because I need to be fighting over 10 rounds. So yeah, so far so good.
I've seen you been in a bit of sparring out in Newark at Carl Greaves' gym as well. How's all that been? Obviously, I've done a bit of work with Carl Greaves. Obviously, not like boxing or anything, but like, I've
You
done a
know,
bit.
I looked on your profile. I seen you did the media day, didn't you?
Yeah, I was there for
Just
that.
before I sparred. Was it Saturday that?
Yeah, literally like Saturday. I saw it
Yeah.
on your
So
page that you
after
were
I
sparring earlier that morning, just there as well.
I'd sparred Tom Pogson, who was down there. Really good guy. Getting good rounds with him in at the minute. But he said, he got that media day. So yeah, I'm going down there every Saturday pretty much, at least once a week. But he's fighting. So yeah, I've helped him prep for his fight. He's helped me. He's fighting this Saturday, so I know he'll smash it. And good luck to him. But yeah, that's been really good as well.
And in an ideal world, where would you like to be like this time next year? Obviously, without overlooking April 22nd.
Yeah, yeah,
That's a huge fight for you. It's probably
definitely.
would you say it's the biggest fight for your career so far?
Yeah, definitely. Like I've said, I've only been boxing 4 coming up to 5 years, and um, I've always said, I just wanted to win a title, an area title was my dream. Not so much dream actually, but I wanted to, that's my world title fight. That's why I'm treating this. I've not done it for as long as like people. When they've been doing it since they were kids. If I pick this title up, it's not one of them I've always dreamed about it. I've not. I wanted to be a sprinter growing up. So I said, if I can pick anything up, it would be this one. So at least I've won something, and it's a good title to win. So yeah, definitely my biggest one. Um, I forgot what you even asked.
So obviously, I was saying in an ideal world, obviously without
Oh,
overlooking it.
sorry. Yeah, yeah, yeah. So in a
Um,
year's time, so God willing, I pick this title up, and then hopefully, I think I'm hoping this year if I can possibly push for an English title fight. If it all goes well, try and pick an English title up, and then this time next year, if I'm not, hopefully push for like a British. I've said that realistically, I mean, I'll always try and get to that level, but I don't feel like I'll fight for a world title. I'm very realistic. I hope I do, but for me, if I ever win a British title, that'd be like a dream, I suppose. So I'm hopefully either this year or sorry, next year or the year after, I'll try and push for a British title fight.
and finally, just a message to those who've been supporting you so far for your career, and obviously the people that'll be jumping on as well. Obviously through the exposure on Sky, and now your title fight coming up. What's your message to those ahead of April 22nd? It's actually a month today.
I
It's
know,
April.
yeah, yeah. Just thank you for the support. All my sponsors, all the supporters who've come down and watched me fight from day one. I get lots of positive messages still from that tournament. I know it was almost a year ago, but it shows. I know boxing there's a lot of criticism, for the bad press and bad people that can, boxers get a lot of bad messages, but I've had nothing but positive, and it's helped me massively. It makes me want to continue. So thank you to everyone for that, and just keep watching, and hopefully we'll pick up some titles and get on TV again soon.
Ricky, thank you for your time today. Best of luck on
Not
April 22nd. Hope you
not a
pick up that
problem,
title.
Josh.
And yeah, thank you
Thank
for your
you
time
very much,
today.
mate.